Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are here to go a little more in depth about the milling machining. I've been asked what if we need to do any horizontal machining, any horizontal milling. It's basically for every machining operation the same, so as long as you have your panel, you can then select one of the sides using the face selection. And once it is selected, basically, it's just matter of zoom selected face. So just if you want to see that only. But then it's just matter to draw geometries in it. So if you want to do, I don't know, a mortising or, anything you want to do, is just, in this case, I'm going to use a rectangle, select. Remember, you can go by coordinates or specific dimensions. In this case, I'm just doing something, just to show. But once you have that, at this point, the geometry belongs to this face. So even if I go back and I select using the face selection, I selected the top again. If I double click on this geometry just to see on which face belongs to, you see, bSolid is showing me that, okay, this geometry belongs to this face. That means that if you apply a machining to it, so let's go in machining, milling. Of course, you need to select the tool like we always do. See, the tool is already perpendicular to the face. And then, it's just a matter of filling up the same parameters like the radius correction, or internal, external, left or right. In this case, you see problem during the compensation because this tool probably is too big for the width of this geometry. So if you want to stay inside, of course, you need to see if you have a smaller bit. Then depth, 20 or whatever it is. Remember that if you look it from the top, you can also see if the tool is long enough. And then again, all the parameters, if you want to change lead in, lead down, or the starting point, or vertical steps, 2 or incremental. So same parameters, and that's it basically. Since we are talking about horizontal machining, same thing is for drilling. We need to start selecting, of course, the face, draw the geometry, I don't know, 4, which is 8 millimeter diameter. Then you can select the geometry, go in boring, and at this point, go by diameter or by tool. Then, you can select whatever you want to do. And here is the horizontal machining. As long as you have the tool tooled up on the machine, then the machine will do it. And this is pretty straightforward. Now, what bSolid can do, and let me open a new program. So let's say you have a shaped panel. So let's draw something like this. Modify, trim. I'm gonna trim that. There you go. I'm gonna join everything together. And this is my geometry. Simple to the geometry, then we create the panel. So I select, right click, piece from finish geometry. We can even go a little bit thicker. And we can eventually join the tangent elements if we want to or not. That's up to us. You see, you're gonna have more faces to select or less. So this is up to you. But anyway, let's leave it like that. So the same thing we have done before. Using the face selection, I can select this curved face. And you see, bSolid is gonna make it flat for us. It's just easier for me to program something on it, right? In this way. So either way, if we draw a line from, let's say, start to end, right? We can go back, select the top one again, and see what happens. The geometry is not a real line anymore because it's wrapped on the face, on the custom face that we have created. So also in this case, you simply can select the geometry, milling. And since this geometry belongs to this face, the tool will follow it exactly, trying to stay perpendicular on the whole path. Millimeter depth, confirm, play the simulation, let's slow it down. You see? Now, there is something to say when we are programming something on the sides. So, an horizontal machining. You must have a tool that can be oriented on that direction. So going back to the original program, if you are using one of the standard sides, you must have the boring block eventually equipped with horizontal spindles. Or the other option is an aggregate. But in order to load an aggregate on the machine, you must have at least a flange. So the flange on the spindle allows you to have an aggregate, but it will only be picked up and be set for the machine in one direction. So if you set the aggregate to machine this side, this is probably the only side you're going to be able to machine. Instead, if you want to do something like this on a custom face, in this case, you see my tool is following the arc. That means that I must have not only the flange, but a z-axis, which is the rotating axis, the one that actually can orient the aggregate properly, and in this case, be able to follow this machining. Same thing, last example, and then we are gonna close this session. Same thing if you have, I don't know, text. So actually, sorry, I didn't select the face. So we start selecting always the face. Using the face selection, we go here, hello, And since my panel is thick, is 60 millimeter thick, probably I need to go 50 with the text. Otherwise it won't fit. Same thing you see, looking at the panel from the top, is flat, but as long as I, select, I go back to the top face selection, I can immediately see that my text is wrapped. So even in this case, you can simply select the text, select the machining you want to apply. In this case, probably central correction is fine. I select my engraving bit, maybe 1 millimeter deep, confirm, play the simulation. Also in this case, you need a 5-axis machine in case you have a tool like that, tooled up on a tool holder, an HSK in this case. Or at least you need an aggregate with a C-axis. I hope this video can be helpful for all of you. See you soon with another video.